There's a beautiful young girl singing in the aisle. I was looking at eye creams and I couldn't help but hear her beautiful voice. It was just so wonderful to see someone so free that they could sing in the store. It's New Year's Eve. I don't have a date, so I came here to buy a chicken. People are like their own walking, beautiful watercolor paintings. They walk by in a certain light and they look completely different. Why is that? Everybody, I'm so happy to see you today. I hope you had a wonderful New Year's Eve and I hope you're enjoying the new 2018. Thank you so much for your kind comments about my grandson last week, and all you gals that did the New Year's tag. Thank you so much. I watched every one of your videos. And I got so much out of it. All right, so you know what's coming today. It's 2017 Best in Beauty. So it's the best makeup of 2017 according to me, professional musician. Okay, but still, you know, I love makeup. We all love makeup. That's why we're here. Makeup is just gosh darn fun. And so I thought I would go through and tell you what I loved in 2017. And you know, the thing about makeup and me and 2017 sounds like a song, a really bad song. The thing about it was there wasn't, you know, it wasn't that the makeup was so wonderful and great in 2017, but what I had to really learn in 2017 is a different way to apply my makeup. Because, you know, I'm 63 now, or I'm gonna be in a couple weeks, and the things that I used to be able to do with makeup, I can no longer do. And the color, there's some colors I can't use anymore, some techniques I can't. So I thought what I would do is just go through my whole face with you and tell you my very favorite product for that particular need, like my favorite primer and my favorite foundation, and we'll just have a little fun doing that, okay? You want to do that? Alright, so first off, my very favorite primer of 2017 was the BB Beauty that I buy for $1 at the Dollar Tree, and I know I have spent a fortune on high-end primers and drugstore primers, but this one I love the best. The other primer, I really don't think of this as a primer, but when I use this, sometimes I don't use any primer at all. And this is the Dirty Works Radiance Cream. This is my very favorite product of 2017. I have used, I guess this is probably to describe this radiance. This is actually, it's a booster, so you glow underneath your makeup. You can use this under your makeup or over your makeup. I have used some very expensive boosters. One comes to mind, the Lorac primer. I believe that is $38. And it's very similar to this, only this is better. So you can wear it underneath your makeup, over your makeup. You can wear it on your toes. I mean, not only does it make you glow naturally, but it smells so good. And it turns a crappy foundation into a lovely foundation. So my two favorite foundations for 2017 was the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place. Just an absolutely beautiful foundation. The undertones are so beautiful, and the luminosity, just, you know, when you move your face, you just look so put together. It just blurs your lines and your pores, and it's long wearing, and I just loved this foundation. Also, I loved from the drugstore the L'Oreal Total Cover. And today I have this makeup on this side and I have this makeup on this side. To me, they're pretty much the same makeup. They look the same on me and they perform the same on me. This one, the L'Oreal one, does give me a little bit more cover, but the double wear lasts a little bit longer. I can get 10 hours from this and I can only get 7 hours from this. But they both are absolutely beautiful, and when I wear these foundations, I feel so confident. I really do. For a runner-up, I love the Rimmel BB Cream. And I felt so vindicated because all year, you know, I've been talking about shake it up and it's wonderful and it's a new formula and it's really, really good. SPF, I know, 15, it's crappy, but anyway, then I watched Emily Noel. And I love her so much. And the Rimmel BB Cream made it into her Best of Beauty 2017, so I felt so good about it. So next up is my favorite concealers, and I have 3 favorite concealers. The Tarte Shape Tape, there's a little bit of a learning curve. But I love its luminosity. I love it that it covers such a large area, so it makes my cheeks look nice too. But it can find my lines and pores, so it does drive me a little bit nuts. I love this Better Skin concealer. This is an amazing concealer. This is a very thick concealer, but it gives you a lot of time to place it. It's very illuminating, a lot like the Shape Tape. So this is an amazing, the makeup was really crappy, but the concealer is like awesome. But my very, very favorite concealer of all time, this is really a star and nobody ever talks about it, but it is the Dual Concealer by Physicians Formula. One side is yellow and one side is a concealer, and the concealer, you have to shake this forever, but the concealer is so creamy, so beautiful, looks just like skin. I don't think a woman can look bad if she has the right blush on, and my favorite blush for 2017 is by CYO. I picked this up at Walgreens. This is their blush palette. It has a contour, it has a highlight and a blush, but they're cream and they're so beautiful. And at my age, having a cream blush is absolute heaven. And what I do is I mix the blush and the highlighter together, because it's not really much of a highlighter, it's just a luminosity, and I kind of just mix them together and then pat them in, and it just gives me I just love it. It's my, I love everything. But this was my favorite blush of 2017. I picked this up at Walgreens for $5, but it works and I think it's so pretty. And anytime I can avoid putting a brush on my face, I'm there. My very favorite highlighter of the year was only $5, and I can't believe it. And it's by a company called Essence, and they've really kind of come on the scene and they're doing really well. But I was using Pure, which is a very expensive highlighting palette. and I do love them. I love them to pieces. But this palette by Essence, it's really substantial. It's kind of nice packaging. And this highlight in this palette is so beautiful. I can't believe it. So if you're going out someplace special, I put my highlight on my cheeks because I don't want it around my eyes. And the shadows in this are really nice too. So this is my favorite highlight for 2017. You know, I really don't contour much, obviously, but I use my bronzer as a contour, so I have been using either the Boots No. 7 or my very favorite, the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula again. And I love the way it smells, and I love how natural the bronzer is, and I also use it to contour. I also will use it as an eyeshadow, so it's like, I don't know, 5 in 1. I kind of play with Desi with it. So anyway, yeah, Physicians Formula. This is in everybody's favorites, I think. I think I will always remember that in 2017, that was the year I truly had to change the way that I was doing my eye makeup. You know, my eyes are aging, and I was using a lot of browns and bone colors, and that eyeshadow can make you look very tired. That hue, that color, brown, can make you look kind of tired. So I've tried to kind of move over to a lighter shadow, something that is more in the peach family. So, and I really haven't been using brushes. I've been using more of my fingers, and as far as an eyeshadow palette, you'll die. I know, I hate to even tell you this. What I have been using for my eyeshadows, it has been kind of blush shimmer palettes, and I think I did show you a year ago that I had started using this. You know, this is for your cheeks or your eyes, but I don't use any brushes. I just kind of stand back in the mirror because my eyesight is so bad and brushes seem to pick up too much pigment. So I just sort of paint my eyes. I stand back and I can see better far away, so I kind of stand back from the bathroom mirror, and then I do my eyeshadow with my fingers. So I paint my eyes how I think that they should look with a palette like this, and I have a couple other palettes. And I don't have too much pigment on, and it's more of a peachy a kind of hue to it. And then I do go back over it with a brush, and then I blend. And I usually will do that with a matte, like from the Kat Von D palette. But so I really don't have a palette, an eyeshadow palette, to hold up and say this is what I use, because for me personally, I just feel like I aged out. I just need to very subtly paint my shadow on with my fingers, blend it out with a brush, a little bit of highlight with the brow, on the brow bone, but I'm happy with it. And I'm not sure what expert makeup artists would say about, you know, hiding hooded eyes, but for me, this works. This makes me feel good. When my shadow is light and not dramatic, that's when I feel really good. And even when I'm going out at night to somewhere fancy, I don't do a smoky eye. I just will accentuate the color in the corner and kind of vamp that up, and then underneath. So I do that. With eyeliners, I can no longer use a liquid eyeliner, so there are 2 pencils that I use that I do love. They're kind of like a gel pencil, but not really. But this is Define a Line by Maybelline, and I love this. This is in brown, and I love it because at the end it has a smudger, so I do a lot of smudging around my eyes. I don't put anything in my waterline. I just don't. Essence also, if you look at Essence and their lining products, it's amazing. I mean, when they say it lasts, it lasts. I mean, I could show you, I did this swatch a couple days ago, and I've been trying to get it off, and it just, okay, so when you use this liner on, it's like, it's a commitment. But anyway, they're what it's called, Extreme Lasting Liner, and they ain't kidding. It lasts. It really lasts. So this is fantastic. I think this cost me I want to say $4. So I was using Mally and I liked her liners a lot, but I had a really hard time maintaining her liners and sharpening them. So I like these better. So I ended up really not having a favorite with mascara in 2017, and I tried a million of them. I thought that Superhero would probably be my holy grail. I liked it at first, but then it was just too wet and it was too globby, and I don't know. Lash Paradise, I like that at first. It seems like I like them all at first, and then I always go back to, I love the Essence mascara. It's the fiber mascara. I think this is very, very beautiful, except that you have to, you know, it's 3 coats and you really have to work at it. And I also, I love the Voluminous Carbon by L'Oreal. This is just my go-to, but yeah, I really don't have one that I could hold up and say, I love it. You should run out and get it. I feel like I'm an orphan when it comes to mascara, and now that I have some lashes, I'd really love to find a wonderful mascara. So I'm going to keep looking in 2018. So lastly, my very favorite setting powder, the only powder that I truly can use with confidence that is not going to age me and not going to make me look like I'm cracking, is the banana powder, either by Ben Nye or Makeup Revolution. I think they're both wonderful. I put them on with a damp beauty blender. I just put a little bit of powder. I just put a little bit of the banana powder on a beauty blender, and then I just kind of tap away. And I absolutely love that. And I think for an older woman, I think it truly is your best friend. And I have other setting powders that I have fun with and that I use, but nothing gives me the kind of results that the banana powder does. And I don't do it heavy, and I don't set my whole face, but I do love my banana powder. And also in 2017, I started using the Michael Todd Sonic brush. The brush kind of, you know, was a true game changer for me, because you know, always before I would be a little bit nervous when going to a function, like did I blend things okay, you know, maybe my contour looks a little weird, or, you know, I never wanted my makeup to embarrass me. So what I get to do now, because I have this Michael Todd brush, is before I leave the house, I buff my face for a minute or two before I walk out the door. It's this simple. This is rotating 400 times per second. And so all the blush and the contour, everything that I have, my little banana powder, I just can buff it in. I can take it down my neck, making sure that I don't have a line here. Oh, the dreaded line, or the weirdness that you can get if you try to, or for me, if I try to contour my nose and then I do a terrible job. Like, it's not only functional, but it's actually relaxing. And to set my makeup, I use Rosewater. I use Rosewater right out of the refrigerator. I don't think it matters what brand you use, as long as it's fresh Rosewater. And I just spritz my face before I walk out the door, and I think it just gives me such a nice finish. And you know, it smells so good. It smells like roses. It's Rosewater. And you know, they've proven that smelling anything that smells like roses kind of lowers our blood pressure. So who wouldn't want that? When it gets to be a third gone, and this is a huge bottle, but when it gets to be about a third gone, I just add cold tap water to it and then shake it up, and then this bottle will last me all year. But I add the water because this is so concentrated, and I don't really need it that concentrated. But Rosewater, I think, is a wonderful trick, and I learned it from Wayne Goss. It takes your makeup and your skin and they become one, so you don't look all caked up, and I hope you can see that.
When the time is right and I'm not alone, I will conquer this.
When I was a little girl, I used makeup to look older. When I was in my 30s, I wore makeup to try to feel pretty. And in my 60s, I wear makeup to look healthy. So I guess looking back, makeup's been a pretty good friend of mine.
I'll sing you a song. When the horn don't blow, I'ma let you know. When the story fails, I'ma be the tale. When your spirit's out and you're full of doubt, when you're far from found, I hold ground. Hey, I hold ground. Hey, I hold ground.
Happy January. We'll see you next week.